I ignored Convrot models for a while. Well, because I do not need to use them. The hype says they are fast. I never believe hype. So we are going to use actual proper science with lots of swearing to find out in this video. I have set up a workflow that will run on the same seed, the same 10 prompt with different models. We shall compare times to generate and their quality. We have FP8, NV4, BF16, and Int8convrot, so the full bag of the buggers. I have seen several channels do these tests, but their science was fucked. Old Ampere cards and previous generations cannot do FP8, they emulate it. So if your favorite dude is saying, hey, look on my 3090, this is faster, well, it will be, because the card cannot do the FP8 correctly. We are testing on a 5090 today. Unfortunately, on the 5090, if I do 1 megapixel images, they generate in less than a second. We are doing 2 megapixel tests to ensure we get a spread of times we can actually see. I am injecting the same 10 prompts here, so the tests are uniform for every model. The same fixed seed for every generation. Again, this is leveling the field as all models now have exactly the same job to do. Let us fire this fucker up and begin, shall we? First up, our baseline, the full-fat BF16 turbo model. As this model chews through the images, I point out this model is around 25 gig in size. It is not small, obviously, and we are getting around 14 to 15 seconds per image. Remember that number. The BF16 model will be the highest quality. Not everyone can run the BF16, which is why we have these quant versions in the first place. The next model to test is the FP8 scaled. Let us see what the old default and go to quant does. The FP8 is actually running faster than the BF16. Had I been on a larger card with more VRAM, this would not be the case. The BF16 would have been faster. Making models smaller means they have to get cast up to FP16, which is maths overhead. But despite these extra maths, the model is quicker than the BF16 on a 5090. So the FP8 model is giving us a very respectable 10 or 11 seconds per image. The next model is the NV4 model. These models only work on Blackwell GPUs. Now the dudes with 3090s will not have shown you this model. This model is tiny. This model is 7 gig in size, whereas the BF16 was 25 gig in size. Remember I said FP8 was being cast up to FP16. The easy way to explain that is the model is sort of being upscaled to a larger model via maths. Well, NV4 on a Blackwell should be the fastest thing on Earth. The GPU literally has hardware cores for the thing. Comfy cast it up to FP16 though, which slows it down massively. We are getting a cock hair slower than FP8 with NV4 at 12 seconds-ish. Now there is a world where you can set your Comfy up to not cast the model up. This then runs at batshit crazy speeds on Blackwell. It breaks Comfy for everything else though. I am not going to show you those settings as I do not want bricked Comfy and angry people in my channel. Right, final model, the Int8convrot. So the convrot models are slightly larger than the FP8. There is a reason for this, and to explain in the most simple way I can, is that the convrot model has some maths in it to work stuff out already, which means your GPU does not have to do so. This makes the model a bit fatter than FP8. When I recorded this video, I had a real, what the fuck moment, as the speed is truly insane. We are getting 7 to 8 seconds per image. This is considerably faster. Speed is one thing. Let us check to see it is not producing utter bollocks images. I am comparing all of the models against the BF16 highest quality model, FP8 versus BF16. As I move the mouse right, we get to see FP8. This image there is not much difference, but if you pixel peep, there is. I am going to speed this up a bit and pause at the points of note. NV4 being a small model has a noticeable drop in quality. Hang on, what the fuck again? The difference here is absolutely minute. I changed the image. This is still BF16 versus Convrot. Again, the differences, whilst they are visible on this image, are still way smaller than they should be. The final compare is FP8 versus Convrot. The difference is profound. The extra detail is sumptuous. I am converted. Honestly, though, for production and quality use BF16, we are only talking a few seconds difference. If you cannot run BF16 no matter what family of card, then Convrot is the model to use. End of. I hope that was enough science and swearing for you all. If you like this stuff, support me on Coffee. Also, come to my Discord to say hi. All links are below.